up, everybody? Welcome back. This is the JR Wisdom channel. Shout out to everybody tuning in. I appreciate you guys and thank you for checking out my channel. If you haven't checked out any of my videos before, please feel free to subscribe, hit the bell, that way you receive all the notifications, as well as going back and checking out my catalog. So with that being said, this evening's video is based upon an interview that I recently watched on the late great Patrice O'Neal. If you're not familiar with Patrice O'Neal, he's a comic. He's done a podcast when podcasts first started out, XM satellite radio, things like that. He's also been on the Dave Chappelle show on the skits back in the day about, you know, the hate, all that stuff right there. But he was also a really good, intelligent dude, just like a lot of these comics are. And he talked a lot about red pill subjects and red pill topics and things like that. So I just happened to be perusing through YouTube, looking at some videos, and I came across this interview that he did. I think it was one of his last videos before he passed away, unfortunately. And he talks about this subject in particular that I may have touched on in the past, and you guys may have seen as well, in reference to a relationship working out. In order for a relationship to work out, and what he says is that women must feel that a man is better than her in order for the relationship to actually work out. Basically saying that she has to feel like she's always thinking about him. She can't focus. She has to be head over heels in love with him, so on and so forth. And this is something that has been discussed as well. And I actually made a post, and it was on Facebook, and it was quote unquote, you know, controversial. A lot of women were kind of like, how dare you say that? Are you serious? Whatever, blah, blah, blah. And when I broke it down and explained it like I'm going to explain it to you, they were kind of like, okay, I understand now. Because a lot of women don't really understand the dynamics of attraction, how it works, and what they are and aren't attracted to. That's why a lot of times guys that are dating, you shouldn't take advice from women, because they really can't explain to you what it is that they like or how you should proceed, so on and so forth. What a woman says she likes and what she emotionally responds to are two separate things. They're mutually exclusive. So we have to understand that. And I explained it to this younger lady. I think she was in her early 20s, because she was like, I don't understand what you're talking about. What do you mean? I don't get it. And I broke it down to her that the nature of it is that a woman cannot feel like you're head over heels over her, because she will slowly lose attraction. Women are fickle. They might not say it, but they are fickle when it comes to their emotions. Women are emotional beings. It's a scientific fact that women are more attracted to men whose feelings are unclear. That's why they chase the bad boy, the guy they can't have. Women like a challenge. Women have to have a challenge. Otherwise, if they feel like they have a guy in her clutches, she's not really attracted to him unless she's seeking validation or control in terms of that. That's just how it is. That's just how we're wired. So the majority of the pursuing has to be done by the woman. It has to be well over 50%, has to be within the 60-70% range, percentile, whatever you want to call it. And Corey Wayne, for those of you who know, he talks about this as well. But it's true. If you ever look back at any of your relationships, and for the ladies who are watching, if you look back at any of your relationships, you'll notice that the guys that you were attracted to weren't all up on you, all over you, weren't basically spamming you with attention, for lack of a better term. So this is just the nature of it. Women want a challenge. They don't want to know that they have a guy in the palm of their hand in terms of that. It's that she just loses attraction once she knows it's no longer. That's why a lot of you guys who have been dating or been in relationships where you pour your heart out to a woman and you let her know these things and she just basically disappears. You're like, where did she go? She's gone. And she's on to that next guy, or on to the next guy, or on to the next gentleman, whoever enters her circle, who's orbiting, for lack of a better term, who has been not orbiting, but he's within reach to touch, and he hasn't been pressing her like you may have been pressing her, giving her all this attention. So it's something about him, the mystery is what she's attracted to as well, that she can't have him, if that makes any sense to you. I know y'all are probably like, this is crazy, I don't, whatever. But the nature of her just knowing that she has you, just like, I can call him up anytime, he'll respond. I can snap my fingers, he'll respond, things like that. It's just not, it's not what it is. That's why you have to be in control of your emotions, in control of your feelings. You have to basically date a woman when you're in her presence. She has to be your girl when you're in her presence. Outside of that, you just have to be that, you have to be aloof. You have to be, not standoffish, but basically you have to give her time to develop her feelings instead of being all over her where she can't develop them. That's why it has to be where what Patrice kind of says, and he goes into this interview, and I'll link it on there. Patrice says that her mind, she has to be, for lack of a better term, screwed up in the head over you, like head over heels gone. She has to be wondering what it is that you're doing instead of vice versa. Like a lot of you guys texting women back and forth, trying to figure out what's going on with her, how's her day going, spamming her, doing all this. You just gotta let her do her. Let her just relax. She's her own being. Let her do her. Let her come to you when she's ready. Throw out a little text here and there. This is what Patrice in the beginning of this video, this is what he touches on, and this was, way before this MGTOW thing jumped off. This is in the early 2000s. He's talking about this stuff, and I know there's been guys before him, but him as a comedian bringing it to the forefront as a red pill topic, with him saying, and he's like, I had a few epiphanies, which a lot of us have these epiphanies, including myself, which a lot of us like to call red pill awakenings and things like that. But it just happens. But the earlier you find this out, the more successful you are. It's not about mind games. It's not about anything like that, because women will tend to say that this is mind games you're playing. Most women play mind games. They don't realize it. It's just about knowing what attraction is and knowing to give a woman her space. You must love in such a way that the person you love feels free. A woman has to have her freedom. A woman has to feel like she has her choice, even though she wants to be in charge, so to speak, of this relationship that we're talking about. A woman has to feel like she can come and go as she please. We always use that analogy of women are like cats, men are like dogs, so on and so forth. I mean, it is what it is. This women can't explain it to you. That's why you shouldn't ask for advice, and I already touched on that. But it's just the way it is. I encourage you guys to just think about your past relationships. Think about those, and women as well, you ladies who are watching this, think about the guys who were smothering you, and think about the guy who wasn't. Think about the guy who you've most been attracted to in life, and the ones who keep bombarding you and just basically giving you so much attention, you're sick of it. You don't even want to hear it. You resent this person to that point, because they're just like a needy, just a needy child at this point, and it basically turns you off. This neurotic guy who's just fighting for your attention. Meanwhile, the guy who isn't. And I've done videos in the past, where women have reached out to me saying that they want to get this guy, they're head over heels over this guy, but he's not responding the way you want him to. But just by the nature of him not responding the way you want him to is the reason why you're attracted to him. And the reason why you were messaging me trying to get advice is that's the reason why. It's plain and simple, it's clear as day. So just reflect, and for you guys, reflect on that and take a different approach. And analyze your relationship, things like that. So like I said, I just wanted to touch on that, bring up rest in peace to the great Patrice O'Neal. And I just wanted to talk about this topic. Hopefully I hear you guys input. Ladies, feel free to drop a comment below on your thoughts and your experiences. All my fellas, feel free to drop a comment below on your experiences and whatnot. And I'll be coming at you guys soon with another topic. If you got me any videos you like me to do, or any topics or anything, please feel free to comment below or message me. If you like any advice, so on and so forth, please feel free to comment or message me. So with that being said, I appreciate you guys tuning in. I'll catch you guys on the next video. Peace be upon you and the mercy and blessings of the Almighty. And I'm out. Peace.